In this segment, we'll show you how to assemble your new Craftsman 40-inch plug aerator. Warning: the aerator knives are extremely sharp. Exercise caution at all times when assembling and using the aerator. Assemble an aerator knife, Part 8, on the outside of a double spool assembly, Part 11, by rotating the knife to insert the locking tab into the spool plate. Then secure it with a 5/16 by 3/4 inch carriage bolt, Part U, and a 5/16 inch nylock nut, Part J. Repeat the process to complete the 2 double spool assemblies. Now, assemble an aerator knife on the outside of a single spool assembly, Part 9. Then secure it with a 5/16 by 3/4 inch carriage bolt, Part U, and a 5/16 inch nylock nut, Part J. Next, repeat the process to complete 2 single spool assemblies. Now, press a split plastic bearing, Part W, into both ends of all the single and double spool assemblies. Now identify the shorter end of the shaft. Then slide on a wheel bracket, Part 2, as shown. Next, fully secure it with a 1/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch hex bolt, Part B, and a 1/4 inch nylock nut, Part K. Now, slide on a thick washer, Part O. Then slide on a 1-inch spacer, Part R. As always, handle the blades carefully as the aerator knives are sharp. Next, slide on a single spool assembly. Then slide on a 1.33-inch spacer, Part S. Next, slide on a double spool assembly. Then slide on a 1.33-inch spacer, Part S. Slide on a 1/4 inch flat washer, Part N. Next, onto the long end of the shaft, slide on a 1-inch spacer, Part R. Then slide the middle brace, Part 3, with the bent end facing the wheel bracket. Now, slide on a 3.7-inch spacer, Part Q. Then carefully slide on the single spool assembly. Next, slide on a 1.33-inch spacer, Part S. Then carefully slide on a double spool assembly. Now slide on a 1.33-inch spacer, Part S. And then slide on a 3/4 inch flat washer, Part N. Next, assemble an end plate, Part 6, to the tray, Part 1, using 2 5/16 inch by 3/4 inch hex bolts, Part E, and 2 5/16 inch nylock nuts, Part J, per corner. Do not tighten until instructed. Then repeat for the other side. Do not tighten until instructed. Now, fully secure the tongue, Part 5, to the tray using 2 3/8 inch by 1 inch hex bolts, Part D, and 2 3/8 inch nylock nuts, Part I. Next, assemble 4 3/8 inch by 1 1/4 inch hex bolts, Part C, and 4 3/8 inch whiz-lock nuts, Part P. Then slide them through the front and rear holes in the tongue through the tray. Now fully secure them below with 4 3/8 inch nylock nuts, Part I. Next, turn the tray upside down. Then stand behind the tray and slide the long end of the shaft through the plate on your right. Now slide the other end of the shaft through the plate on your left. Ensure the bent end of the middle brace rests flat inside the tongue. Then slide a 3/4 inch flat washer onto the shaft. Next, slide on a wheel bracket, aligning them as shown. If there's not enough room for the wheel bracket, leave off the 3/4 inch washer. Now fully secure it with a 1/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch hex bolt, Part B, and 1/4 inch nylock nut, Part K. Then slide a 1/2 inch washer, Part T, onto a 1/2 by 3 1/2 inch hex bolt, Part A. Now slide it through a wheel, Part 12. Then slide on another 1/2 inch washer. Next, thread on a 1/2 inch jam nut, Part L. Now slide the assembly through the wheel bracket. Then thread on a 1/2 inch nylock jam nut, Part H. Next, secure the wheel. Adjust it so that there is minimal end play, but the wheel still spins freely. Now repeat for the other side. Slide a 3/4 inch flat washer onto the shaft. Slide on a wheel bracket. Fully secure it with a 1/4 inch by 1 3/4 inch hex bolt part B and 1/4 inch nylock nut part K. Then slide a 1/2 inch washer part T onto a 1/2 by 3 1/2 inch hex bolt part A. Slide on another 1/2 inch washer. Thread on a 1/2 inch jam nut part L. Thread on a 1/2 inch nylock jam nut part H. Secure the wheel. Adjust it so that there is minimal end play but the wheel still spins freely. Then place the aerator on its wheels. Next, fully secure the hitch bracket part 4 using 2 3/8 inch by 1 inch hex bolts part D and 2 3/8 inch nylock nuts part I. Now slide in the hitch pin part G and secure it with the large hairpin cotter part F. Then tip the aerator back. Ensure the bent end of the middle brace is resting flat inside the tongue. Then loosely secure it with 2 3/8 inch by 1 inch hex bolts part D and 2 3/8 inch nylock nuts part I. Do not tighten until instructed. Next, align the lift handle and loosely secure it to the smaller inner hole on the wheel bracket from the right side of the aerator, using a 3/8 by 1 1/4 inch hex bolt part C and a 3/8 inch nylock nut part I. Leave it a bit loose for now. Next, slide a 3/8 inch by 1 1/4 inch hex bolt part C in from the right side of the aerator. Then slide on a shoulder spacer part M. Next, fully secure it with a 3/8 inch nylock nut part I. Now, fully secure the other lift lever bolt. Then push on the grip, part V. Next, turn the aerator upright. Place the lift handle into the transport position at the front of the slot. Then stand on the right side of the aerator and push against the tray, which will force the lift handle over to the right side of the notch. Keep the tray and lift handle in this alignment and tighten the 8 bolts at the corners of the tray. Now tighten the 2 bolts fastening the middle brace to the tray. Some effort should now be required to shift the lift handle from the transport locking notch over into the slot to lower the aerator. When the aerator is raised, the lift handle should spring back over into the transport locking notch.